And welcome everyone, welcome to A Golden Wake, a game brought to you by Grundislav Games and Wagerai, you know, the makers of Blackwell, the whole Blackwell series. This is an adventure game set in the 1920s or 30s, and it's about the real estate boom at that time, I think? I don't know, I love these period games, they're my favorite, and it's an adventure game, a new game. The game is a work of fiction in the 1920s. Nailed it. It features some historical characters, locations, and events. It shouldn't be taken as an accurate representation, as more text. New York City, the winter of 1921.
Well, Alfie, old boy, looks like it's another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar. Oh, I love this.
New York Tribune, 5 cents.
5 cents. I also have the option of enabling the director commentary and stuff, but I think it's a bit distracting and it gives you a lot of hints in the game, so I'm just gonna keep it off for this Let's Play because I've never played this game before. How do
Riots in Vienna.
Riots in Vienna,
Read
okay.
all about it. Newspapers, 5 cents.
5 cents. Can I interact with this? Okay, you've got nothing to mail. Fine. Let's talk to this young gent.
Good morning, Mr. Banks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lyle.
Aren't you cold?
Aren't you cold standing out here in this weather?
A little, but I have to work. Otherwise, I'll be cold and hungry.
You make a fair point, dude.
So, what's the news of the day?
I could tell you all of it, but then I wouldn't make any money, would I? If you want the news, buy yourself a paper. They're only a nickel.
You're a shrewd businessman, Lyle. You ever thought about going into real estate?
No, sir.
Have a good day, Lyle.
You too, Mr. Banks.
Never thought of going into real estate? Because I get the feeling that you're going to go. Or
New
you're
York
probably already in it.
Tribune,
Shut up,
5
Lyle.
cents.
Jesus.
Morning, fellas. What's the good word?
Good morning, Banks.
Morning, Banks.
Horse feathers. Why is it so hot in here?
Morris apparently has a chill. He set the heating on as high as it goes this morning. Suggs and I had to prop the door open so we didn't sweat to death.
We must be raking in a fair amount this month if he can afford to do that.
Business must be good.
I sure wish that kid outside would pipe down.
I know what you mean, Larry. He's giving me a headache.
He's not so bad. Come on, go buy a newspaper from him. It's only a nickel.
Got a minute, Murphy?
Hey there, Murphy.
Sure, but I'm still on the clock.
It's only a minute, jeez.
Everything going all right with you, Murphy?
Yep, everything's copacetic.
Copacetic. Now that's a word I've never heard of before. Copacetic. I'm gonna use that in normal conversation and shock everyone with my knowledge of fancy words.
Sales going okay for you?
Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better, too. You ever going to share your good fortune with us, Banks?
What do you mean?
You always seem to manage to get the best leads. That's pretty lucky, don't you think?
I'm not sure I like what you're implying, Murphy.
Not implying, just observing. Anyway, let's drop it.
I'll let you get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what you're insinuating, Murphy. I'm watching you.
Suggs,
Yeah,
Suggs.
Banks.
Is that your real name?
how are you today, Suggs?
I can't really complain. Well, I mean, I could complain, but who would listen?
How are your sales going this week?
And not so great. I had a sweet old lady yesterday who was this close to buying an apartment for her cat.
I'm sure things will pick up.
And I'm sure you'd know, being Morris's right hand and all.
Now, Suggs, that's hardly fair. You know we're all equal in here.
You're right. Forget I said anything.
I'll just let you get back to it.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, Banks, Morris wanted to see you. Said it was important.
Thanks for letting me know when I walked in, Suggs.
Hey, it's been a busy morning. It must have slipped my mind.
You two are very disgruntled and envious of my talents. I don't want to erase the board. I want to look at it though. Blackboard lists the number of monthly sales made by each employee. You're currently in the lead with 27. Hey, that's not bad. The fellas would protest if you touched their pinup. I want to look at it. It took some convincing, but Morris finally conceded and allowed this pinup to be placed on the office wall. You gotta have a lady. Not many ladies around here. Your head isn't cold right now. Thank you. It's your hat. Since there is no hat rack, you often just set it on your desk. Anything else on my desk? You're a bit preoccupied at the moment. This is the place where you work your magic. What's this door? Paris. It looks like a water cooler room. The box contains spare light bulbs. The assignment board contains each individual employee's set of leads for the day. Morris usually gives out the more promising ones to employees with better performance, which is usually me. That's nice. Gotta have that upper hand and make them employees more jealous. You can't see anything, I don't want to use it. Someday you hope you'll earn enough to take a vacation in Paris. For now, this poster will have to do. A small waste bag. Anything in it? Nothing. Have a sip of water before you go meet your boss. Drink faster. Okay, that was pointless. Oh, that's the inventory. I was wondering where it was. Nice. It feels very like a very authentic adventure game. I like it. Okay, let's see what Boss Man has to say.
Good morning, Evan. Suggs said you wanted to see me?
Have a seat, Alfie.
Have a seat, Alfie.
This
Have a
doesn't
seat.
seem like a conversation that's going to be pleasant.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Uh-oh.
You know I'm not the type to beat around the bush, so here's the long and the short of it. We're not doing well. Sales are minimal and the competition is popping up all over town like a bad rash. I hate to do it, but we're going to have to let someone go.
I see. Who did you have in mind?
That's mainly why I asked to see you, Alfie. You have more contact with Suggs and Murphy, so I think this decision should be yours.
Well, I'm kind of on the spot here, but...
Oh dear, I have to fire someone? Oh, I don't like either of them. Can I fire them both? Is that an option? Fire Murphy.
I think Murphy should be the one let go. He means well, but he just doesn't perform as well as he could.
Very well, if that's what you think, then I trust your judgment. Thank you for your help, Alfie. It's always appreciated.
Anything else you need?
None at the moment. Go ahead and check the assignment board in the break room for today's leads.
Will do.
I get the feeling something bad is gonna happen. And way to go, boss, pinning the firing on me when it's your job. Lazy. The paperwork on the desk mostly consists of leads. Names and phones of potential clients interested in expensive properties. Okay. Ooh, what is this poster? Morris has a poster from last year's Olympic Games. Beautiful. Morris has a few photographs of his family, as well as a couple taken with your late father, Hiram. Interesting. What is our name, actually? Yeah, they probably mentioned it, but I forgot. Has quite the enviable collection of books. Most of them have to do with real estate, though. There are a few works of classic literature among them. Anything else? Nope. Doesn't seem like it. Morris's window doesn't offer much of a view, so he keeps the blinds down. Yeah, so he can do nasty things in here. I know. Oh, where are they? Oh, maybe they went into the break room.
And the son of a bitch says clear as day he means well, but doesn't perform as well as he could.
Uh-oh.
Can you believe it? I'd be performing 3 times as well if Golden Boy didn't take all the good leads first. I mean, just because he's Hiram's son doesn't entitle him to...
Hey, quiet, somebody's coming.
Gentlemen.
Hello, Banks. Your meeting with Morris go well?
I would say so, yes.
Great to hear. Well, Murphy and I better get back to work.
Now they really hate my guts. Anything on here? You scan the sheets of leads corresponded to you, making a mental note of the names and phone numbers you prepare for another day of work. Amongst my colleagues that completely despise me now. Let's talk to Murphy. How you doing, buddy?
Got a minute, Murphy?
Sure, but I'm still on the clock.
I'll let you get back to work.
He seems fine. He'll be fine. Let's do some work.
Time to make some magic. Operator, connect me to the Stamford residence in Bensonhurst, if you would, please. Hello, is this Ms. Irene Stamford? Yes, hello. This is Alfred Banks calling from Morrison Banks. I just wanted to follow up on the deposit you put down in the apartment in Flatbush. No, thank you very much, Mr. Contis. A pleasure doing business with you. 5 sales in 30 minutes. I think that might be a new record.
Alfie, can you come here a moment?
What is it, Evan?
I'm running late for the weekly shareholders meeting. Could you lock up my office for me?
Of course.
Here's the key. I'll be back shortly.
What on earth was that?
Sounds like Suggs is being his clumsy old self as usual.
I don't trust you guys anymore. But also, he mentioned Mr. Contis, and Contis was a character in the last Blackwell game, I think. So you're gonna see all these tiny little Easter eggs relating to Wadjet games, I think, all over this game. You don't want to go into Morris's office when he isn't around. Okay, let's lock the place, because I don't trust you two. I think you're gonna murder me. You lock up Morris's office. Perfect. Perfect. No time to talk now. Something's wrong in the break room. Something wrong in the break room.
Let me know if you need any help in there.
What did you
What's
do?
going on?
I was trying to change a light bulb and slipped. But I'm fine. All that's hurt is my pride.
Here, let me help you clean up.
Thanks, Banks. I have to get back to it now.
That was a bit odd.
That was a bit odd. You sit back at your desk and prepare to make some more calls. Uh-oh, he's coming to beat me up.
Banks, if you don't mind, I wanted to go over this sales sheet with you.
Smack.
I'm back, Alfie. Got my key?
Yes, Evan, it's right. Odd. I thought I'd put it in my other pocket. Anyway, here you are.
Alfie,
Yes?
where are tomorrow's leads?
I beg your pardon?
The leads for tomorrow? The ones that were on my desk? They're no longer on my desk. Where have they gone?
I have no idea. I haven't been in your office since this morning.
You know I trust you 100%, Alfie, but this is a very serious matter.
I'm aware of it. Look, I'll get Suggs and Murphy together and we'll look for them.
Or maybe you could just look under Banks's hat, Mr. Morris.
What?
We both saw you, Banks. There's no need to put on a charade.
Coming clean will save us all a lot of embarrassment.
Is what they're saying true, Alfie?
What? No, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Then you won't mind me looking under your hat? Just to be sure you understand.
See for yourself.
Alfie, really? You of all people?
You little weasels. You framed me. But I'm gonna be the bigger man, and I'm just gonna defend myself.
Evan, please, you know me. Would I be capable of doing this?
I honestly don't know what to think, Alfie. You have to admit, this doesn't look good.
Well, there has to be a logical explanation, but I can tell you I didn't do this.
Alfie, look at it from my perspective. The leads were in my office when I left and gone when I came back. You were the only one with the key, and now they show up under your hat. What would you do in my shoes?
So does this mean I've been canned?
I hate to do this, Alfie. You know your father and I were great friends, and you've been an asset to this company. But for now, I think you should take an indefinite leave of absence.
Fine. I see how it is. I guess I'll see you fellas around.
Hey, no hard feelings, Banks. Here you go. See? They ain't even wooden.
Those
Taking
bastards.
an early lunch, Mr. Banks?
No, Sure. Just taking an early lunch.
Well, if you need anything to read while you eat, I still got plenty of papers left.
You know, I might just take you up on that offer since I got a generous
New
donation.
York Tribune,
Here you go, buddy.
5 cents.
Don't suppose the news of the day can be any worse than the morning I've had. Let me have a paper, please.
That'll be a nickel.
Thanks, love. Murder, extortion, robbery, par for the course in this city. What's this? Merrick making waves in Florida?
The article explains that there is currently a very promising land boom in the Miami area, especially with regard to a development known as Coral Gables. It goes on to state that the project leader, one George E. Merrick, is currently hiring a team of real estate salesmen to assist in this monumental undertaking. Oh my god, where do I sign up?
Miami, eh? I've always heard that place was nothing more than glorified swampland. But I'll be damned if I'm just gonna roll over and freeze to death up here. When I'm finished down there, the name Banks will finally mean something again. So, Mr. Merrick, let's just see what you've got to offer.
Chapter 1. And we're going to a sunnier part. Although, is that still snow? Probably. Winter. Winter has come. Ooh,
Hello,
snazzy.
Miami. Alfie Banks. Huzzah! Oh, horse feathers. This humidity is something else. Right. I've got my luggage claim ticket. Now I just need to find this Hotel Belmont and...
Hey there! Hello!
Are you speaking to me, sir?
You see anybody else around, son? Come on over here and have a chat with old Doc Dammers, why don't you?
I'm not sure if I want to, but... Okay.
May I help you with something?
Pardon me for saying so, my boy, but I believe I'm the one who can offer you the help.
I'm really not interested in buying anything, sir.
Of course you aren't. Did you think I just fell off the turnip truck? I can tell a fellow salesman a mile away. You're here to get a piece of the action, aren't you?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Then consider this your own little welcoming committee. What did you say your name was?
I didn't. It's Banks. Alfred Banks.
Well then, welcome to Miami, Alfred Banks. By your complexion, I'm guessing you come from up north.
Yes, New York, actually.
Hell of a town, but you'll find we do things a bit differently down here. If you got any questions, feel free to ask.
Is everyone this friendly in Miami? I really don't know.
I'm interested in this Coral Gables development I've heard about.
Oh, straight to the top, eh? They call it Miami's master suburb. It's been meticulously planned and is ready to start construction at any moment. Lots are going faster than a Tin Lizzie downhill. If you want to get involved there, you're going to need to talk to the man in charge, George Merrick.
George Merrick. Whereabouts can I find him, my good fellow?
Where can I find George Merrick?
He's got a sales office downtown, right on Flagler Street. Look for the building made of coral rock next to the Stocks and Bonds office. You can't miss it. Of course, George is incredibly busy these days and doesn't talk to just anyone.
Maybe not, but he'll talk to me.
I like your spirit, kid. You'll get places thinking like that.
You know, this guy with the hat and the glasses, isn't the voice actor the guy that played Joey in Blackwell? It really, really sounds like him. Which I like. I love his voice.
What's the current market like down here? I've heard quite a few things back in New York.
People are buying left and
It
right.
is Joey.
It's a great time to be in real estate. Plenty of dough to be made. Every day, more and more locals and tourists come looking for their own spot of land, and we're here to sell. Mark my words, Banks, we're on the verge of something great.
How long have you been in this business?
Probably longer than you've been alive, son. Before this opportunity opened up, I was selling lots on Miami Beach for Carl Fisher himself. Surely you saw his billboard in Times Square.
You mean it's June in Miami? Of course, everyone saw that. It's partly what inspired me to come down here.
Glad to hear it. That's a perfect example of good marketing and knowing your audience. Why do you think I'm out here by the train station? New arrivals are the easiest to sell to. There's a free piece of advice for you, Banks.
Thanks, Joey. You're the greatest. I like you the most.
I appreciate the information, Mr. Dammers, but I'm afraid I must be going.
Of course, eager to get started, I understand. And believe me, there'll be plenty to do very soon.
It was a pleasure to have met you. Maybe I'll see you around town.
I can more or less guarantee that, my boy.
Oh, I'm looking forward to you having more dialogue with me. Your luggage is not on this pile, as you arranged for it to be delivered to your hotel before you got off the train. Lovely. So we can just get out of here. Fuck this place. But I like you, Doc Dammers, aka Joey. Flagler. let's go to Flagler Street. Flagler. Oh, this is so beautiful in 1920s. Where am I? Okay, hotel entrance. The large billboard looms over the building. The model's vacant stare gazing down upon you and your fellow pedestrians. It's beautiful. Indicates that this is the records office for the greater Miami area. Well, let's go to the hotel. I'm a bit beat.
Hello and welcome to the Hotel Belmont.
Hi. Is that bacon on the floor? It looks like bacon. What is that? No, I don't want to exit. I want to steal all your keys. There's a board where all the room keys hang. There don't seem to be many rooms occupied. Bad business. Give me all of the keys.
Excuse me.
How may I help you, sir?
I have a reservation, and I love Miami.
Is there anything you can tell an out-of-towner about this city?
Certainly. It's been growing at an alarming rate, especially in the past few years. There's no denying we're at the start of a land boom. I hear tell this new Coral Gables development is going to bring in thousands more people as well. At this pace, we could be the next Manhattan by 25.
I don't know about that.
I'd like to check in, please. My reservation was made under Banks, Alfred.
One moment, please. Yes, here you are. Your room will be the second door to your right when you get to the top of the stairs. Oh, someone was here earlier from the train station to deliver your luggage. It's been placed in your room. I'll just take that claim ticket off your hands for you.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sir. Please, let me know if I can assist.
Thank you for your assistance, my good man.
Happy to help.
Did I get the key? No, I have money. You decided it would be a good idea to carry around a few bills. Money's always needed at the most unexpected times, after all. Finally, an adventure game character that actually decides to bring along some money. Can I get my key? Give me my key.
Excuse me.
How may I help?
Thank you.
Happy.
Happy. So happy. Happy? The painting is an interesting example of chiaroscuro, but the subject matter is a bit odd to have in a hotel. Okay, now let's go to our room. Nope, not the photograph. Go to our room. Second to the right, I think, he said. Do they still have that service, you know, where they deliver your luggage to the hotel? Because that sounds expensive as fuck. Above your bed hangs a somewhat generic landscape featuring a mountain and a river against a green sky. Green sky? The aliens have invaded. You look in the mirror and see a tall, somewhat naive-looking young man staring back at you. He sure is a snappy dresser, though. Oh, you. Plenty of light in the room. What about the dresser? Well, I just got here. Let's unpack. We're such a normal human being. You keep this photo of your late father in your suitcase so he can accompany you wherever you go. You keep this note to remind you of the best technique to warm people up to make a sale. Remember bits. Break the ice. Introduce yourself. Tell a story. Sell your pitch. That's pretty good advice, to be honest. Typewriter ribbon. Can I get that? Yes. I decided to get stuff. Yay. Can I change clothing? Because I really don't like this white suit. You look like a fancy waiter. Like a carnival waiter. Yes. Step right up, folks. He does look like that, okay? Right. What's there to do in Miami? Can I talk to people? Nope. Can I go in this door? Yes.
Hello, sir. Let me know if I can be of assistance.
Shut up. Just shut up. Okay? I want to look at this painting. The portrait is of a distinguished-looking older gentleman. Bottom identifies him as H.M. Flagler. A large list of rules and regulations hanging on the wall in a glass frame. You begin to read them over, but quickly lose interest. So do I. Hall of Records clerk. Shifty-looking man. Hopefully he's good at his job. Let's talk to him.
Excuse me.
What can I do for you?
You don't really look like a clerk, to be honest. You look like a biker gang member.
What sort of records do you keep in this office?
All kinds. Marriage licenses, death certificates, property titles, you name it.
How far back do they go?
Not too far back. 30 years or so. The city wasn't officially incorporated until 1896, but I have some records going back to 1891. You let me know if there's anything you need to look up.
Have you always lived in Miami?
Nah, I moved down here from Philly after the war. Nice place. Can't beat the climate, that's for sure.
I like your accent. I'm learning so many accents.
Could I look something up?
Of course. What do you need?
On second thought, nothing right now.
Of course. What do you need? I'd like some coffee.
Could I look something up?
Of course. What do you need?
Okay,
Thank you for...
Anytime.
so I can look stuff up. I'm probably gonna look for dead people. But I don't know anyone yet. What else do we have in Flagler Street? Flagler. Where else can I go? Oh. Everywhere. East Flagler Street. Nope, that's just going back. You silly Alfie. What's this? Stocks and bonds. You haven't got any investments. Okay. Stocks and bonds, sales office. The wall of the building is rough, like a pumice stone. You find yourself quite intrigued by this material. Try to rub yourself on it. Hello, gentlemen. Men. You'd rather not speak to them. They are currently the competition after all. Alright, I'll talk to the lady.
Pardon me, miss.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm just too busy for you right now. Perhaps you could come back another time?
Another time? I've just come all the way from New York. Surely there's something a lovely young lady like you can do to help out a man in need?
Look, Buster, I've heard it all before. Like I said, I haven't got time for you at this moment.
What seems to be the trouble?
Well, not that you'd care, but I need to get these letters written. And seeing as the weekly shipment of supplies has been delayed, I'm forced to do them by hand.
You seem very dedicated to your job. I can appreciate that.
I am, yes. Mainly because I want to keep it. Now, unless you want to come back here and pick up a pen, I really need to get back to my work.
A tempting offer, but I'll have to decline. I'll be back later.
I'll be back now. Here you go, darling.
Pardon me, miss. Would this typewriter ribbon be of any use to you?
It certainly would. Mine wore out yesterday, and I ordered a replacement, but it hasn't come in yet. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. This will cut my work time by half at least.
My pleasure. Happy to help.
Now how about you let me go into that office?
Pardon me, miss.
What may I do for you, sir?
There we go. Now you want to talk.
I'd like to see Mr. George Merrick.
Take a number. Mr. Merrick is in very high demand. I'm afraid he's not currently seeing walk-ins.
Would it be possible to make an appointment to see Mr. Merrick?
Certainly. Let me see. Our next available appointment is next May.
What? That's preposterous.
Mr. Merrick is a very busy man.
I think you've made that quite clear. Come now. I helped you out with your typewriter. Now you're just gonna hi-hat me? I don't know how things work down here, but where I'm from, one good turn usually deserves another.
Okay. Keep your shirt on. I'll level with you. I'm not going to be able to get you an appointment, but I can tell you that Mr. Merrick keeps an eye out for fresh talent. If you can manage to do something to impress him, he may see you without an appointment.
I see. What would you suggest?
Well, I'm not sure, but you might be able to get something done at today's land auction.
I see. How about if I have a really nice hat? Would he like that?
A land auction, you say? Where and when?
It's set to start this afternoon, around 2 o'clock. You'll find it at the corner of Granada Avenue and Coral Way.
Fantastic. I'll head over there right away.
Good luck.
Kind of, my competition is right there, so you might have wanted to whisper that to me, but whatever.
Have you got any pertinent information on the Coral Gables development?
None I'm allowed to divulge, sir.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Thank you, sir.
You've been a darling. I just want to barge into his office. Come on, he would be impressed by that. He wouldn't expect it. Right? That's how you impress people. Let's see that land auction. We're gonna do some dancing. Yeah, that'll get his attention. Definitely.
Any bids for 200? 200!
No bids. Smaller crowd. Indecisive man. The man stands apart from the crowd and looks somewhat indecisive. There seems to be a smaller crowd of people separate from the main group. They look particularly undecided. Alright, where's the Mr.
Sold! You've
person?
made your husband a very happy man, miss.
Oh, that's Doc. That's Joey. Oh, he's the salesperson. Hey, dude.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
Thanks. What brings you to my humble little land auction?
Your voice.
I'm trying to see Mr. Merrick, but it's proving a bit more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Don't say old Doc didn't warn you, son. Anyway, I'd love to chat, but I'm a bit tied up at the moment.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, there is. See those two sets of stragglers over there, separate from the crowd? They're all about a hair's breadth away from buying, but I just can't get them to budge. Take your pick. If you can convince either set to buy some houses, I just might put in a good word for you back at the sales office. The fellow by himself there seems like he won't take too much effort to convince. If you want a real challenge, you might try the crowd of 5 there.
I'll see what I can do.
Attaboy. Oh, one more thing before you get started. I know you've got experience in this business, but I want to talk to you about seller intuition. From time to time, you might find yourself needing to persuade someone. You know as well as I do that that's all about finding a person's weakness and bending it to your whim. When you're talking to them, you can use seller intuition to your advantage. It'll give you a clearer read on people and let you figure out what you should play to in order to get them to see things your way. But enough yammering from me. Go and do what you have to do.
Oh, so it's the hint system. I get it.
And
I get it.
You've made
So
a
we have
choice you
an
won't
easy
regret,
challenge
sir.
or a harder challenge. I like to go for harder challenges. You know, that's what she said. But I'm gonna save my game. 1. Save. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Sold! You've made
Sold.
your husband a very happy man, miss.